Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel, and apologies for this video being a day late. Just had a lot going on, and we did record a podcast episode for the A to Z Reseller podcast yesterday, so that'll be up today as well. And yeah, it's interesting to see how the sales have gone the last little while. There have been some weeks where things look really good and then it dies off. Other weeks where it starts off really slow and then it picks up. And this was kind of one of those medium weeks where the overall numbers weren't all that great, but a couple of good sales made the profit margin high enough that it's like, you know what, this is awesome. So, okay, we did sales from April 28th to May 4th, and overall it was $788.96. So $789. But the actual net profit on all of that was $512.84. So we had a 65% profit margin this week, mostly from one big sale. But yeah, really can't complain at all. Things were spread out pretty well. 10 sales on eBay, 10 sales on Poshmark, and then actually 5 items going on Facebook Marketplace or local deals. So that worked out pretty nice. Let's go ahead and get into what we sold here. And also, actually, I'm going to take a look real quick and see how many hours I actually put in for that week. So this was a big week because I was doing a lot of sourcing this week. I was off on vacation and, you know, and really trying to get geared up with a ton of extra inventory and things like that, because I was going to be going away doing a dog sitting job for 3 weeks, and I wanted to have enough that I could list every day, and then just come home maybe twice a week to pack and pull orders. So I did do a lot of extra stuff this week. So I put in my biggest week of reselling so far, which is actually only 20 hours, 20.45 to be quite honest with you. So the net profit per hour was obviously lower than normal. We ended up at about $25 per hour in net profit this week. But of course, all of that effort's going to pay off over the coming weeks. So yeah, that's good. I technically have enough inventory that I can list every day now until the end of the month, and don't need to worry about it. All right, so getting into the items that I actually sold this week, we are going to start things off with Tiny Toon Buster Busts Loose for the Super Nintendo. This was one of the items that I picked up. Found a Super Nintendo game, 2 of them actually, out in the wild, so that was crazy. I paid $2.24 for this after taxes, and I'm actually just selling it to a buddy of mine for $8. So, you know, not huge profits or anything. It's not really worth all that much, but that starts us off. Now we've got this torrid, kind of like a splatter art print sort of deal, open cardigan in a 2X. I would have paid $7.48 for this. It sold on Poshmark for $19. So all said and done, I made $7.57 in profit. These new with tags, J. Jill linen pants in like this pearl color. I paid $7.88 for these. They sold on Poshmark for $42. That's a $25.72 profit on those. This torrid black pink butterfly dress, paid $8.91 for that, and it sold on Poshmark for $29. There was $8.63 in fees, so I made $11.46 in profit. This Big League Chew shirt, this is by the brand Homage that makes like retro-inspired, vintage-looking tees and stuff. So this one obviously looks like an old-school Big League Chew shirt and has like some distressing and stuff, but it was a newer shirt. Anyway, paid $5.46 for it. It sold on eBay for $24.99 plus shipping. So I made $14.02 in profit on that. This Pyrex glass cookie jar, we have had this. We picked it up probably for like $2 or something. Sold it on Facebook Marketplace for $15, so that's a $13 profit. This torrid tee that says per my last email, this we paid $5.46. It sold on eBay for $15. I sold it a little bit lower because this was a repeat buyer. They paid shipping, so I mean I still made more than a double up, $6.58 in profit on that. This new with tags, Lane Bryant's black jeggings in a size 18. Paid $7.88 for these, and they sold for $22 on eBay plus shipping. and I made $10.74 in profit. This Reebok throwback jersey, this was Jerome Bettis, and this sold on eBay. I paid $7.48 for it. It sold on eBay for $39.99. For some reason, when I made this listing, I thought this was going to fit letter mail. Like, I thought it would fit through the 2 centimeter or 0.8 inch, thickness requirement. It wouldn't. So anyway, I charged $4.99 for shipping. I did end up having to send it through UPS. There are some good discounted shipping options for UPS if you buy your label through eBay right now. So it did only cost me $11.41, but I was out that $6.41 out of my profit margin. That's fine. That's my mistake. I still made $19.13 in profit on that. This Kavu, this is a good like outdoor kind of hiking brand. I would have picked this shirt up, this green plaid short sleeve shirt, quite a while ago now. I'm putting in here that I paid $6.33 for it because that's what, my current cost on like button-up shirts or whatever would be after taxes, but I feel like it probably was less than that. I don't know. It doesn't really matter. It sold for $14. I've had it for long enough. I just let it go. It sold for $14 plus shipping. I made $5.13 in profit on that. This new Tags J. Jill kind of flared sleeve, pink floral top. I paid $5.46 for it. It sold for $29.99 on eBay plus shipping, so I made $19.06. Now this Robert Graham white and blue flip cuff shirt, paid $6.33 for it. It sold for $30 on eBay plus shipping, so I made $18.90 on that one. And now I've got a little 2-piece video game bundle going out. This was somebody who contacted me through Facebook Marketplace, and I ended up actually shipping to them. They were in another part of Nova Scotia, and because they had these 2 items, it would, well, actually I could have sent it in a big bubble mailer and it gone letter mail, but they wanted the tracking, so they ended up paying for shipping on that. So the first item here, as you've been seeing as I've been rambling off, is this 007 Everything or Nothing for GameCube. Sold that for $20, and then the other one was Mission Impossible for N64, cartridge only, and that was $10. So altogether sold them for $30 and $15 for shipping. I did give them a little bit of a discount, even though I knew a flat rate box was going to cost me about $19.50. I only charged them $15 because they were buying 2 items, and it was just giving them a little bit of a discount there. I still made $25.50 in profit because these games came out of my own personal collection, so no cost to me. Sold this A&W glass mug. This was just a little mug. It wasn't even in great condition. Had some like scratching and stuff. No chips or anything, but we've just had this for so long, honestly. I mean, we probably paid like 50 cents for it. I have no idea now. We're calling it a $0 cost of goods. I don't even know where it came from. Sold it for $5 on Facebook Marketplace, and I just dropped it off to a guy in my neighboring town before I went and played softball. So it was on my way anyway. And now this Monopoly TMNT edition. This was like the Nickelodeon 2013-ish kind of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Monopoly. I paid $3.44 for this in my local clothing thrift store that sometimes has hard goods, and so this was a good pickup. Took the risk on it because it was only $3.44 after tax. I was like, you know what? It's probably complete. I didn't check everything in the store, but even if it wasn't, I figured I could still like part it out. Turns out it was complete. It was in excellent, looks like probably used once condition. Sold for $24.99 on eBay. So I did take a little bit of an offer on it because I think I had it for like $30, sold for $25, but the buyer paid shipping of $28.96, and I was able to save a few dollars by shipping UPS in Canada by purchasing that label through the eBay app. And so I did make about $25 in profit on that one, so that was pretty good. This Tommy Bahama blue linen shirt in a size large, paid $6.33 for this, and it sold on Poshmark for $29. I made $14.04 in profit after fees and cost of goods. This Knox Rose floral kind of tasseled dress in an XL. $8.91 is my buy cost for dresses after tax. This one sold for $24, and I made just $7.46 after fees and all the rest, but still, it's good. Good easy flip. It sold within a week. little two-piece bundle going out on Poshmark, two Eileen Fisher items that I've had for a longer period of time because they're smaller sizes. These jeans, these were a size 2. Paid $7.19 for these, and they sold for $20. And then this gray pullover, this kind of like knit pullover, this was just a size medium. Paid $5.46 for that one. That also sold for $20. So sold the bundle for $40 and ended up earning $19.35 in net profit. Now I've got a three-piece bundle going out, and these were three items that I've had for a while now. Not so much the second item, but two of these I've had for a long time, so I took a low offer. Actually, I might have even just sent a very low offer on these after someone made their bundle. But first up was this Field and Flower. I think this was a wool blend dress. Nice dress, but just an old listing, not even great photos. I would have paid $7.99 for the dress. This J. Jill Floral Pima Side Inset Top is what it was called. Had it for long enough. Paid $5.18 for that one. And then this Eddie Bauer kind of lightweight jacket with this sort of wheat, almost floral type of print. This has been around for the best part of a year because my buy cost on this one, I had in my custom SKU, I had it listed as $3.40. So that tells me that this I would have paid the sweater price for this, but on a 50% off sale at my local spot. And I haven't had one of those in almost a year. So in any case, these three items cost me $16.57 and I sold the bundle for $36. So my total profit is just $12.23, but I've moved three items I've had for quite a while. All right, next up is this J. Jill Pima 3/4 sleeve gold striped top. I paid $5.46 for this. It sold pretty quickly on eBay. Someone sent an offer of $16 and I took it. And they paid shipping on that as well. So all said and done, I did make $7.76 in profit. So more than a double up on that. And then the final item from this week is where most of my profit from the week, almost half of the profit from the week comes from. And it is this Versus Books Final Fantasy VII Strategy Guide, this unauthorized guide. This was a kind of a rare, hard to find version. I knew right away, looking at that artwork, I was like, why does Cloud Strife look so different? He looks almost more like the main character from FF9, like a very different animation style. And I was like, this is weird. But I had walked in, I found this actually in like a used furniture store. It was just sitting there. And I didn't even intend to go into that store, but Jamie wanted to go in and take a look around. So while she was doing that, I just happened to go in and find this and was like, wow, $10 was the buy cost. I was just going to put it in my own personal collection. But as I was just sitting there, I was like, well, I guess I didn't even know this existed. I guess I should look it up and see what it's worth. And sure enough, excuse me, one of these had recently sold within 2 months for almost $400 because it still had the poster attached and everything. It was in pretty good shape. So within 4 days, a buyer contacted me and was like, hey, I do see one that sold, for what you're asking. And, I can appreciate that, but there are some others that have sold a little bit closer to, what I'd like to offer you. And, are you able to move on that price at all? He was very kind, very respectful, I like getting a message like that. I appreciate that. It's so much better than just receiving an offer that's, 30% less than what you're asking is or something. So, yeah, we chatted a little bit. He had a couple of good questions, just wanted to make sure of condition. You buy something for this amount of money, it makes sense. So we landed on $295 Canadian. And the listing, I had it in there as a tracked packet, which allowed for $12.82 in shipping costs. So that's what he paid. But you know what? I boxed this up in a couple of boxes, put some extra void in there. So I really boosted the weight and the size of the package. So I ended up actually paying about $26 to ship this to him. So I lost about, $14 there, but I'm perfectly okay with that because I still ended up profiting almost $240 on this. And I wanted to make sure that it arrived safely and, all was good. So with something like this, what I did is I took some cardboard and just made like a, you know, a cardboard sleeve basically for that to go inside. I put it inside a poly mailer, then inside that cardboard sleeve, and then in a much bigger box I filled in some void and stuff, and you know, to try to make that box strong. And then, yeah, sent it that way. So it might have been overkill, but hey, someone's going to give me $300 for a strategy guide. I want to make sure it gets there, not all bent shit. So that's where we landed. So overall, once again, $789 in sales for $513 in profit after cost of goods and fees and everything's all backed out. So 65% margin. And again, a lower profit per hour worked, but it's only because I did so much more this week, which was still only a 20-hour week. But I was off my regular job on vacation, so gearing up for something. And then actually now, I don't know if I mentioned this earlier in the video or not, but that dog sitting trip was actually canceled. Those folks ran into a little bit of an issue, so now I'm just kind of ahead, and I can take it a little easy for, you know, the next 2-3 weeks, which is nice. So anyway, that's that. I'll wrap it up here. Thanks very much for watching, and I will see you in the next video, guys. Peace.